From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is Wake Up Weather.
All right, folks, good morning to you. It is 6:02 in the Tennessee Valley. I'm coming to you this morning from the Home Weather Center, getting things set up and rocking and rolling. A couple minutes behind. I apologize for that. We have a new computer that is our studio computer that we use to connect to the internet and send our master feeds out. And I've been gradually installing and putting things together for this and realized I'd not finished the link from my home weather setup back to the office. And I'm like, oh, I've got to do that real quick. So anyway, got that fixed up, and now we're in business. So I'm going to turn off the weather crawl real quick, and we'll cover what's going on down there in just a minute with a very active, messy day so far. All the storms across the region, short of flash flood warnings in North Alabama, have been below severe criteria. Now, I say that, severe criteria, and I'm really just worried about winds at this point. You got to have a 60-mile-per-hour wind gust in order for things to escalate to a severe thunderstorm warning, and we've not seen that. Everything has been very, very, very low, below that criteria overnight. But because we have had super saturated ground, really saturated ground, it doesn't take much for a weak thunderstorm to do a little blow and a tree falls over. So that's what we've looked at so far, and we've actually had a few reports of some trees down, some roads blocked across the area this morning. I think Weekly Creek Road in Lawrenceburg was blocked for a bit, and then there's a couple of issues across southern Lawrence near the Tennessee-Alabama state line, where there was a line down, or a couple of poles down, some power outages in 5 Points down to near Lexington this morning in Lauderdale County. So anyway, a couple of things to take note of, and of course the tremendous amount of water we have seen and continue to see across the area as we track things. So it is not 1,020 degrees outside this morning, although it will feel like that as we look at the 7-day forecast in a bit. A lot of our viewers have said, well, what's going on with the temperatures and stuff? We've the camera management and weather sensor management software that we have, we've made some really big improvements to that over the past few days, because those sensors have so many more data products than what we've actually been utilizing. And so now that some of those data products we've started to, the upgrades to that platform have allowed us to use those. And so we're still tweaking a few things. A lot of that is a collaborative between us and our vendor. And so we're excited to have that. And some of those features we're going to be showing more soon on the air, especially during severe weather. It's going to help tremendously to help us deliver a clearer picture of what's going on in our community. So just bear with us, and if it looks like it's 1,000 degrees in a community, don't worry about it until next week, because by then it might actually feel like it. But anyway, today is June 19th. Today is Juneteenth, a federal holiday. We will discuss that in a moment, but first we will start off at the top. Today is the 170th day of 2025. Today marks 195 days left this year. So minus a week, you've got that long before Christmas. So that makes 188, 189 days, depending on when you do your Christmas celebration, Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. So keep that in mind. It was on this day that thousands of pigeons went missing after a freak weather incident. We didn't have anything to do with this, I promise. But in 2021, over 250,000 pigeons that were raised from birth were released for a race. Only 10% of the pigeons returned. It's believed that an unexpected weather event occurred which caused them to go missing. It was on this day in 2018, the 10 millionth patent, a specialized laser radar, was issued by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. Think about that. In 2018, 10 million patents had been issued. In cinema history, on this day in 1992, Batman Returns was released in the U.S. The film was made with an $80 million budget and earned $282 million worldwide. Went to bank on the Bat. Michael Keaton's, for a long time, his last appearance in the cowl, but made a return a couple of years ago as Batman in that Flash movie. It was on this day in 1987 the U.S. Supreme Court struck down a law in Louisiana that required schools to teach creationism. The Supreme Court ruled that such violated the First Amendment and Establishment Clause. It was on this day in 1963 the Trio 7 meteorological satellite was launched on a Thor Delta rocket. The satellite aimed to test new and experimental infrared equipment and television techniques. It was spin stabilized, which allowed the external television cameras to take cloud cover pictures and transmit them back to Earth. A huge advancement in weather technology on this day. In 1961, the nation of Kuwait declared its independence from the United Kingdom. In 1939, I found this one interesting. Atlanta, Georgia passed legislation that made pinball machines illegal in the city. At the time, it was seen as a form of gambling. So, you can have pinball on computers now, which might have played a lot of that in high school. But and actually, I looked into this, and I couldn't find, just real quick, any reference to where that was actually reversed. I'm sure it probably was, but it would still be kind of cool if it wasn't in pinball machines illegal down in Hotlanta. It was on this day in 1910 that Father's Day was celebrated for the very first time in the United States. The day was the first celebration in Washington, but didn't become a national holiday until Mother's Day was officially made a holiday 58 years later. It was on this day in 1862 that U.S. President Abraham Lincoln signed an act that made slavery illegal in U.S. territories. Slavery became illegal in the states officially on January the 1st, 1863. So he signed it and then went into effect in January, and henceforth Juneteenth. That's where that comes from. It was on this day in 1829 that Sir Robert Peel introduced the Metropolitan Police Act in Britain. It created the Metropolitan Police Department and became the first known modern police force. Happy birthday today to former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson, born on this day in 1964. Actress Zoe Saldana of Guardians of the Galaxy and Star Trek fame. She turns 46 today. Actor Ryan Hurst celebrates 48. And yeah, I think that's it. Fun facts about this day in history. So, hope you enjoyed that. Weather. It is a messy, yucky old start to the day across the area. Let's hop in with the Arctic Air Skycam network. You've had Lawrenceburg here pulled up for the past little bit, and yeah, terrible looking day so far. If you are traveling, be extra careful, especially in points of North Alabama. Here's a look at conditions across North Alabama now in beautiful Florence, and it's not so great this morning. 67 degrees the current temperature. Winds are from the northwest, barely blowing at 1 mile per hour as of right now. There has been a heavy thunderstorm advisory for some of those storms there this morning, but again, everything has been below severe criteria, and now we've transitioned to a flash flood warning. Here's a look at kind of our Tri-County camera. This is our Summertown camera, brand new, part of the Arctic Air Skycam network, overlooking beautiful Summertown in Lawrence, Murray, and Lewis counties. 64 degrees currently there, with some moderate rain falling in the Tri-County area. Elsewhere across the region, Mule Country reporting in at 66 degrees this morning. Down in Rocket City, USA, at 69, 71 in Moulton. We've got 66 in Pulaski, 70, one of the warmer spots in Russellville, but somebody turn on the AC. It is 73 in downtown Red Bay this morning. Heavy rain continues across the area as we look at Fast Track Live Doppler weather radar. Moderate to heavy showers beginning really in the Lawrenceburg area, shifting southeast in Lawrence County, and then back to the southwest through Leoma and Loretto, and then on down to Grassy, Anderson, Rogersville this morning, back out to downtown Florence and Killen, and then extending back to the northern portion of Colbert County. You can see that area of heavy rainfall out by Cherokee and kind of loops back over to Iuka. And then a blanket of moderate, very good steady moderate rain is falling from Hohenwald to Columbia through northern Marshall County, Tennessee, and back into Hickman County, and spotty moderate showers found in Athens to Huntsville and down to Decatur. Southern Morgan County, southern Lawrence County, and most of Franklin County dry this morning, but don't worry, you'll get your big old cup of rainfall here in just a little bit. This massive shower activity, part of a boundary that is gradually pulling its way across the southeast this morning, producing showers with some still potential for one or two to be kind of on the yucky side. We'll be watching that for you, but I do think that our severe threat is dwindling so far, but we'll maintain eyes on this for the next little bit as that cluster of storms continues to push off toward the south this morning in our viewing area. Here's a look at Futurecast as we step through the remainder of this morning. That massive shower and storm activity will gradually push to the south, covering our entire viewing area. If you've not already seen rain, you will. And here by around 9 to 10 o'clock this morning, that really fans out more as it expands across North Alabama. And then as it continues to push southward, we start to dry out a little bit, and temperatures this afternoon rebound to around the mid-80s. Now, models trying to put in a few spotty showers again as we move into this evening, but I think that activity will diminish through the overnight. Here's Friday. This is the GFS model, and we're back with an overall partly cloudy sky. I think we're staying dry tomorrow. I really have a good feeling for Friday, so we're going with a very low to no rain chance for tomorrow. So if you have outdoor plans, that's the best day, I think, to do it, because Saturday and Sunday, we kind of squeak in a little bit more moisture, and that's going to help us possibly see a few more spotty showers back here for Saturday and Sunday afternoons. But again, I don't think we're looking at any severe weather, just a few little pop-up summertime storms. Here's the 7-day forecast from the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel. Notice our temperatures. We are holding at bay for today thanks to rain and cloud coverage in the mid-80s, but Mother Nature loves that summertime heater. And where I said at the top of this broadcast that we would probably be feeling that it was 1,090 degrees, well, get ready because the 90s are on the way. In fact, we could break the 90-degree mark again for tomorrow. 90 on Friday, 92 and 93 will make up your weekend forecast, and then we'll maintain the 90s into early next week, and then also continue with a small chance for a few spotty showers across the Tennessee Valley region. So that is a look at your forecast for this morning. Just looking at comments real quick. Have a report of power outages this morning in Pulaski. Folks not wanting that hot weather. And possibly a chicken got struck by lightning. I hate to hear that. I'm not going to have any fried chicken jokes, but I do hate that. So, anyway, that is a check on your forecast and the Wake Up Weather Show. Thank you again for stopping by the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel. Taylor is in at noon today, and we'll be filling in for Fred. And by the way, I want to tell you something before I go, because he doesn't give himself a lot of credit, but I want to brag about Fred and the rest of the team too. But Fred, is the one who sets up at the office in the studio overnight to watch storms like what we've had, just in case they go severe. And he has that passion and compassion for our region, our communities, and for his job. And I really appreciate that. And so if you if you see Fred online, throw him a thank you, because the guy deserves it. He's fantastic at what he does, and makes it possible for the rest of us to sleep until things warrant us coming in or doing more. But he's one of the cornerstones, and like that, the rest of our team. I'm blessed with some really, really wonderful people, from Kelly to Taylor to Chase on the weekends, and then Sam, who's coming along and kind of growing up in the background. He's doing a lot of field work for us, and one day he'll work his way into the studio. He's going to do Mississippi State's weather program, and just really, really good people who are from around here or have chosen to live here, and just very, very blessed to have them. So do appreciate all of those efforts. 18 minutes past 6. This has been a long wake-up show, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much, again, for stopping by Tennessee Valley Weather. Again, we will continue to keep you updated. I'm back here with another update in the 8 a.m. hour. Thanks again for stopping by. I hope you have a very blessed day. And as always, stay with Tennessee Valley Weather. We'll keep you advised.
You're watching the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel.